Okay, I should be back in the portal, man. Hopefully it go through this time, man. Let's get it, man. Let's go. Let's do this, man. Let's go. Let's jump in.
Said to me, red dress, high heels with a black tummy. So bad, real bad, like what you want from me. She say the truth will be revealed, but don't you run from me.
Welcome to the portal.
Can you sense? Don't wanna play your games, cause there's no win. My soul in jeopardy. She just won't control me, but I could never be the fool.
Back in the portal, man.
No, she out of line, tryna say she fuck with me, that don't mean nothing. I know you playing, tryna make me fall like quicksand. Yeah, then I'm moving on to the next man. I'd rather be by myself. Can't guess me up, I ain't quick trip. I'd rather take him to school, can't think with the dick, it look like a fool. She see me at the bar, then ask my number. I ask, what you see in me? It could be the shoes, it could be the juice, but you really digging my energy. Do you know how long it took me to cultivate? She wanna come in my life and regulate. Best believe I move around before I let one like you come and take me down. Keep up, that's what she said to me. Red dress, high heels with a flat tummy. So bad, real bad, like what you want from me. She say the truth will be revealed, but don't you run from me. Can you sing for me? Can you sing?
Everybody, soon you walk in the room, everybody, like us or Chris Brown to walk in the room. You know, you got a band of angels around you and bodyguards, right? Everywhere you go, you know, but when you vibrate low, shit just don't never go right for you. Car go to breaking down. You have a blowout every other day, right? That woman that you attracted, right? Because as beings, we're not made to really just work hard, and that's what the elite want us to do. They want us to be in a mind frame where we just working hard every day. No, you're a human being. You're made to attract, but you got to be on a certain vibration to attract the things that you really want, right? So that woman you attracted while you was on that high vibration, either she gone or she on her way out the door. Yeah, now you agitated. You know, this is what happens to us, and this is why a lot of us relapse, because what happens is when we vibrate up here, we get the big head. We go to thinking like, oh yeah, I'm pushing this on. Yeah, I got that bad bitch. You heard? Yeah, yeah. She want the boy. She want me. Nah, she don't want you, King. It's your energy.
Yeah, man, I am back in the motherfucking portal again. You understand me? First off, I gotta give all praise and glory to Yahweh Bahashem, Yahweh Shai Bahashem, Rakakwadash. Yahweh is the true name of the living God of Israel. His name means he who exists, okay? Yahweh Shai is the true name of the one that everyone ignorantly called Jesus. Reason is because the letter J was created in 1524. The Bible, which is the correct and proper holy book, is way older than 1524. So we know his name couldn't have been Jesus. And the proper way that you say it is Yahweh Shai. That's the proper way that you say it in the ancient language, which is the Paleo-Hebrew, and it means he who saves, okay? Rakakwadash is the proper way that you say Holy Spirit in the ancient language, which is the Paleo-Hebrew, and Bahashem is the proper way that you say in the name in the ancient language, which is the Paleo-Hebrew, okay? Second and foremost, I have to pay homage to all of the great men who came before me through and during the reincarnation process, all of the great kings, prophets, seers, and priests, right, who came before me doing the same thing that I am currently doing for you today in your modern day lifetime, and that is giving you this game. You understand me? Yeah, man. Bro, I actually, this lesson right here, man, I actually just got done recording it. It did not save at all. It be like that. It be like that. When the lesson be so important, those in the spiritual realm, right? The demonic entities in the spiritual realm, right? They do things, right, to try to throw you off, right? But my Uncle Carver always told me, it was like, look, man, there can't nothing, stop you. It can slow you down, but it can't stop you, right? But so, it wasn't nothing. I know when it happens like that, the Most High allowed them demons to do that because he want me to do it again and do it better. So that's all it is. But we gonna do it again, and we gonna do it better, right? Because what has to be written and documented upon the earth, it has to be documented upon the earth. It has to go down. Okay. Shout out to my partner, man, and my brother Poem. Okay. Y'all see his channel on the screen right now, man. Y'all go listen to his music and tune in to him, right? That's a song that Poem actually created around my lesson called It's Not You, It's Only the Energy. Okay. And it was beautiful how Poem came up with the song when he was actually breaking it down to me. He didn't know what lesson he wanted to choose, right? So when he walked inside, his homeboy was listening to It's Not You, It's Only the Energy. He was watching that lesson on TV, okay? And he was like, that's it, that's the one, right? And that's how the Most High work, right? That's when you being led by the Spirit, right? Poem couldn't have put that together no perfect than the way that it came together, right? That was the Most High doing, right? So, you know, man, y'all go check it out, man. I met Poem, man, doing, I was Uber ride share. I was doing Uber ride share, and I ended up picking Poem up, and man, me and Poem been locked in since, you know what I'm saying? You know, I broke down semen retention, and you know who we were as a people, you know, through the Spirit. You know, it wasn't me technically, it was the Most High, Yahweh Bahashem Yahweh Shai, using me as a vessel to break it down to Poem and tune Poem in and let him know what time it was. And from that point, man, he been locked in, you know, and you know, we men, you know, we go through what we go through, you feel me? But he was very receptive to the game. You know what I'm saying? And most people that, you know, I come around, they always be receptive to the game. You know what I'm saying? The Most High sent them to me. You feel me? Because on their journey, they be having to, you know, it be time for them to elevate, okay? So, you know, it was beautiful, man. I met that brother, man, and it's a beautiful thing that I know him. You know, I never would have imagined, even when I did that video, you know, it's not me, it's only the energy. When I did that lesson, at the time, I couldn't have imagined that this brother would have took that lesson and made a whole song around it. You know, so I only, you know, that was like it humbled me, you know what I'm saying? You know, and it was basically like the Most High was like, look, you don't know how big your future is going to be. Okay? You don't know. You have the slightest idea. All right? But today we gonna talk about something, man. We gonna talk about something that I touched on that lesson with, and there was everything is an energy game, right? Your sexual energy, right, is the marker that moves you up and down in this energy game, right? Because that's what life is. It's an energy game. Okay? If you not holding on to your sexual energy, man, or even if you are holding on to it, right, you can get frustrated, pissed off, mad, and it'll drop you on the energy game, right? Certain things that you want in your life, it requires a large amount of energy to be paid forward. But if you ain't got the energy cultivated or stored up, those things will not be attracted to you, okay? I want to get some clips right quick. Man. I can't believe I'm doing this video again, but you know, it got to be done. It has to be done, but you know what I'm saying? Let's go, man. Let's do this.
Nah, but you know, I'm human, you know, but I just feel like I'm training for a title match right now, so I've been focused. Like, you know how boxers won't indulge up until they fight.
Yeah.
So I've been kind of practicing that best I can.
That's what's up.
So roll up. Let me pause it right there. Right. So Nipsey Hussle is talking about semen retention as he's recording the Marathon album. That's why that album sounds so powerful. Right. That's why that album sounds so powerful. Right. If Nipsey could come back and communicate with us, right, it would be one thing. If it's one thing, Nipsey, if you could ask Nipsey, what would you change? What would you have changed? Right? You know, if it was only one thing that you could have changed to give you a longer amount of time in the physical realm, what is one thing that you would have changed? He probably would have told us, you know, I wouldn't have celebrated so early. I wouldn't have celebrated so early. My sexual energy, if I knew how much my sexual energy had allowed me to cultivate, I wouldn't have celebrated so early. Right? What I mean by celebrate, my semen retainers know what I mean. Right? Nipsey, he wouldn't have fucked on Lauren London. He wouldn't have fucked on his other baby mamas. He wouldn't have fucked on the other hoes that he had, you know, been dealing with. He wouldn't have fucked on them. Right? He wouldn't have celebrated so early. And sometimes we do, man. You know, that's one thing about us on semen retention, man. This energy will fool us. Right, we'll start climbing up in the energy game, start acquiring the things that we've been wanting to acquire, and next thing you know, we ready to celebrate. And then, well, guess what happens? We drop right back down the totem pole. Okay? Very important. Now we got to start all the way back over from scratch. And sometimes that can cost you your life. Right? That can cost you your life sometimes. Right, I was watching a movie I advise you guys to go see on Tubi. Right, it's called Joseph, talking about the great brother Joseph in the Bible. Right, beautiful movie. Right, and man, Joseph, you know, it was one thing that God wanted to teach Joseph, and that was patience. Right, patience, and that movie did a great job displaying that. You know, with all the wisdom and knowledge that Joseph had, you know, and it wasn't the fact that, you know, Joseph, you know, he did a great thing by, you know, not fucking Potiphar's wife, but Joseph did 10 years in prison behind that. 10 years in prison. Right? And towards the end of his prison sentence, while he was locked up, right, Joseph finally got the point. He finally submitted. So he reached the next level, right? And that's a big thing out here, man. You gotta be in that same, man. If you go watch the movie, you'll see what I'm talking about. Joseph was like, look, man, whatever happened, you know, it's the Most High God will. You know, I at this point, I ain't in control. That's one thing this prison sentence have taught me. I'm not in control. God in control. So whatever he want to go down is gonna go down. It's up to him. I'm not doing shit. I give up. I'm following his will. If you want me in here another year, I'm going to be in here another year. It is what it is. Okay? But he got his purpose and his will behind why he doing what he doing. That's all God wanted to see from Joseph. From that point, Joseph, guess what? Joseph got freed. Right? Okay? Before that, Joseph wasn't in that mind frame. Okay? Beautiful movie, man. Joseph is one of the greatest examples when we talk about semen retention. Joseph is one of the greatest examples of semen retention. Right? Let's get another clip right quick. Let's go.
Semen retention not only gives you the physical, mental, spiritual benefits, part of those spiritual and metaphysical benefits is that not only you're able to perceive the direction of the manipulated reality, right, that is done by the secret societies and the elites, the people that are in charge of the system, right, but you are able to put a shield around yourself, your aura that I always talk about in my previous videos. You are able to reinvigorate and bolster that shield, protecting you from the indirect attack from the individuals around you that are trying to separate you from your energy.
Right, right, and he spoke some valuable game. Right, I got videos on this about the aura. Right, your aura is a magnetic field. It's a protective shield. Okay, but what you think is causing that energetic field, right, to be around you? Your sexual energy. Okay, your sexual energy. Right, your sexual energy is what moves you up and down in the life energetic game. Life is an energetic game. That's all life is. It's a game of energy. Okay, and those who are wise enough to understand it and figure that out, and understand and figure out that life is an energy game, that's when you start to want to play the game, play it correctly. Okay, but we're gonna let Lil Mama right here talk, right, because she gonna talk on something that a lot of people, you know, when I talk on it too. I give females their props when they do celibacy, but it's females have a double, they're different from us. Right, because they are receivers, okay, and by them being receivers, it's a catch-22 with them, right? It's a win-win, but also a lose situation with them, okay? A female can cultivate that sexual energy on her own, right, by being on celibacy, right? Not playing with her pussy, not watching any porn, okay? Cultivating that energy, right? Or Or she can get it from you guys, right? She can fuck you men, suck you men, let you niggas skeet all on her face, her ass, her pussy, her stomach, her booty, let you skeet everywhere and absorb your motherfucking energy, right? But this is the catch-22 for her, right? The more she does that, the more she has to continue to do it. If not, what happens to her is she ages quick. She ages quick. And it don't matter if she's fucking numerous of niggas or just one nigga. The process never changes. She ages quick, right? And the energy lasts as long as the man who was cultivating the energy, which means if he was only cultivating that energy for 3 days, that energy ain't gonna last that long. So she really don't have that much of a lifespan, an energetic spiritual lifespan to operate and manipulate the energy to be able to manifest cars, apartments. You know, she can, but she have to do it quick. That's why women want men who have been cultivating the energy for long amounts of time, right? You are the high value male. Being high value doesn't mean how much money you have, how many cars you have, how many homes you have, how you dress, or how much fucking designer you done put on your body. That's not what makes you high value. What makes you high value is at the end of the day is how much nut have you stored up. Because at the end of the day, this shit is primal. Okay, it's all primal. Okay? Ain't even a body game, right? All those things I just named is just an attraction, but at the end of the day, is what is primal. It's how much nut you stored up. Okay? It's all about procreation. And we're going to let Mama right here speak and get that game. Go ahead.
Leaks himself, he speaks his words, as they say, his semen into a woman. He thinks that he's taking from her. No, Mother Earth has different ideas. She's draining him because he is not worthy of her.
The descriptive of black.
And that's exactly what's going on. She draining him. She draining him, man. You understand me? And you guys have to understand that, man. Look, man, you know, bitches are selfish today. Bitches have always been selfish, to be honest with you, but they are more selfish today, okay? Because the society rules more in their favor, okay? All right. This bitch want to drain you. She needs your energy. She could cultivate it, but you the cheat code. You know what I'm saying? You know, it's just like when you was playing the game when you was little, right? You could have played the game normal and went through the levels, but shit, sometimes you wanted to put the cheat code in, right? That's bitches today. Okay? They could play the game normal, but the average bitch, she want the cheat code. That's why these hoes go get their body done, right? That's why these hoes don't want to work out, you know what I'm saying? They don't want to do none of that. They don't want to take the time, the patience to grow their hair out, none of that. They want the cheat code, okay? Why work with my hair when I could just go throw this motherfucking lace front and this wig on? So I want the cheat code, right? Okay? You understand me? And that even goes down to sexual energy. Why play the long game when she could just use you niggas for the cheat code? Even if you're her husband, even if you're her boyfriend. Why play the long game when she can use you for her fucking cheat code? Okay? You got to be mindful of this. Let's get this next clip right quick. Let this brother talk, because he's going to speak on a movie, a valuable movie that one of the most valuable movies that was created, right? It's called The Mack. A lot of you guys probably have seen it. If you haven't seen it, I advise you to go see it, right? The Mack, okay? But he's going to speak on a part in The Mack that a lot of people overlooked. And it was when Pretty Tony was talking about, you know, this nigga wanted to come smash on one of his bitches. But Pretty Tony was like, shit, I ain't even touched the bitch. And I done got 200,000 off this bitch. He understood that life is an energy game. Let's go in and get this clip.
Experience. I'm talking about The Mack. You see Pretty Tony in there saying, Bear wants to steal one of my hoes. He just want the honey, and I want the money. I'm up 200,000
in 1971 or 72 or some shit. I'm up 200,000 on a bitch and I have not touched her. So I told him to come on by the crib and he could have a taste. He could have a taste. I'll let him fuck for free, so he could get that out of his system. Now see, when Pretty Tony said all that shit, that went over niggas' head. That just went.
Right.
Niggas just didn't hear that. Niggas didn't hear that.
Right.
Nah,
right.
but,
Niggas,
you know, I'm
niggas didn't hear that at all. Right. Even niggas that watch that movie in 2026, that still go over their head. Right. Pretty Tony knew one thing. Shit, man, you can't. You just trying to fuck on her, nigga. I'm trying to get money off of her. I'm trying to use it. Matter of fact, come fuck on this bitch so I can use your energy to manipulate the realm. Right? Cause guess what? You the Lord. You fuck on this bitch in her mind. You lower than dirt. Dirt has more value than you, nigga. You understand me? And in a bitch mind, that's the way it be. She don't, man. You know, a lot of you niggas think y'all valuable in your bitch mind. You're not valuable at all. You're not. She tolerates you. She put up with you. But valuable, you're not that. Okay? This is primal. The only nigga that's valuable is the nigga that's holding his seed out here. Right? In that Joseph movie, man, Potiphar's wife, right? And I ain't gonna lie, a lot of you niggas would have seen Potiphar's wife in this movie. You would been like, man, I don't see how Joseph passed this hoe up. This hoe was beautiful. Beautiful. But every time she'll come bring Joseph something to drink, Joseph be like, nah, I'm good. She'll bring Joseph some fruit. Joseph be like, nah, I'm good. It got to the point she came crying to Joseph. Joseph, every time I come to you and I give you something, I want to offer you something, you just resist it. You don't take anything from me. Joseph looking at that bitch like, shit, bitch, you know, shit, what? I ain't on that type of time. You feel me? The average nigga would have knocked Potiphar's wife off. Joseph was like, nah, bitch, I understand that this is an energy game. It's an energy game. Bitch, you just cause you Potiphar's wife, bitch, you ain't no more important than any one of the rest of these hoes around this bitch. Fuck all you hoes. This is an energy game. Bitch, look what I done manifested. Look what I done manifested. Right? Okay, this bitch is like that right now, man, that communicate with me. Right? You wanna go out here and you fuck all these other hoes, but when they come to me, you don't wanna give me no dick. I'll be just looking like, okay. You know what I'm saying? You know, I be feeling like Joseph, you know, shit, it is what it is. Shit, it is what it is. You know? I got another video I want to play. Got another video I want to play. Right here.
Watch what happens to this brother after taking Vitapeak Shilajit gummies every single day to clean out his kidney.
Commercial after commercial. You understand me? But shout out to KO the Alchemist, man. I'm about to play his clip right quick. Man, KO be on some real shit. Y'all go subscribe to KO, man. You understand me?
You're still gonna get that. It's a biological need, you know, to procreate. Because obviously, you know, we're designed to procreate and have kids and build families, obviously, right? But when you are telling your body no to releasing and like pleasing yourself, you're telling your brain that you have to work to get what you want, right? You have to go out there and find your mate. So your body is going to subconsciously make you a lot more attractive, make you a lot more alluring for the opposite sex on a hormonal level, so that way you can attract the one that you want and attract the one that's for you, right? Now, semen retention does this because this is what we're designed to do, but at the same time, there's a spiritual aspect to it, which makes it really cool. The spiritual aspect, and you get heightened intuition. Your intuition is like crazy, bro. Like you just see through like the little stuff, right? You see through like, you know, the illusion. Someone's lying to you. You see through, you know, the ads and people trying to sell you on something. It's like you see through all of it. And then on top of that, your discernment gets stronger. So people can't try to take one over on you. When women try to lie to you and they try to manipulate to get stuff out of you, it's not working. You know what I'm saying? You just become more discerning because your spiritual essence is being heightened. When you have a strong spiritual essence, when someone has a strong spiritual essence, it's definitely felt in their energy. Like, people can feel this, you know, and that's something I always say, like, man, like, that's something that can't be bought, bro. Spiritual aura cannot be bought. And that's why semen is such a hard practice, because not every man can do it, but the men that do it, they stand out, right? And women are biologically naturally wired to, you know, have stronger intuition than men naturally. So a man that's on this journey, he's retaining, women are attracted to this, bro. They're subconscious. They don't know what, that's what makes attraction a thing. They don't know why they're attracted. They just are, bro. So when you understand that and you're aware of that, you actually start to step into this different type of vibe. You actually step into this different type of confidence, right? I like to call it Godfidence, because you start to become like your full, you step into your full like aura. You step into your full like, you know, God-like self, because God's in all of us, right? But your spiritual essence is heightened, your aura heightened, so people can feel it, people are attracted to it. But it also will it will block out the wrong people, because some people, you know, your light will irritate some people's demons. Your light's gonna irritate some people's demons on this journey, bro, and that has nothing to do with you, because you're protected. But some people are energy vampires. Some people don't they don't have the aura. Some people don't have the energy, and they see that you have it, so they want to feed off it. And it's your job to ignore them. It's your job to move away from people. It's your job to not be in the places and situations that will continue to try to drain you, because there's no getting away from these type of people. There's no getting away from this type of like these vibes, right? Because they're gonna always sort of find a reason to find a flaw in you. They're gonna sort of find a reason to why you're not doing something right, why you're not the best version of yourself. You cannot allow, or you cannot let people try to bring you down. You can't allow people to try to get in, because the devil attacks you through other people. The devil attacks you through situations and, you know, old past situations that are trying to bring you back to the old version you used to be. And it's when semen retention, bro, you start to see your potential. You see what you're destined to do, right? So you naturally get guided to do the best options. You know what I'm saying? Eat the better food, have the better conversation, be the bigger person in the situation, right? And as you guys can see, I'm fucking glowing, bro. I'm on retention. It's like when you're on retention, your glow is just different.
Right. And let me stop them. You know, and once again, shout out to KO the Alchemist, man. That, you know, man, when you own this, when you own semen retention, bro, and you moving up in the ranks, right, in the spiritual realm, right, when you cultivating this energy, when you leveling up, you're going to irritate other people's demons, right? And look, man, they gonna try to fuck with you. They gonna try to make you mad, pissed off, angry, upset, all of these things, bro. You just can't feed into it. Okay, you can't feed into it, right? It's even worse when you relapse, right? Because at that point, you don't have any energy or protection around you, so it's you fair game. You know, man, let's get this lesson, man. Let's get it, bro. I can't believe, man, I'm doing this lesson over again, but I mean, it be like that. It be like that, you know, and it's okay, man. Hopefully, man, you know, the Most High, Yahweh Ba'Hashem, Yahweh Shai, allow this lesson to go through. Man, y'all don't know what we have to go through as prophets, bro, to be able to do these lessons, bro. Like, you feel me? Let's get it, man. Life is an energy game, right? Where are you spending your energy? Right? Very important question, right? We've been talking about the light, protecting the light, aura, angels, joy, the inner child. And this lesson takes it another level, right? What happens to your energy after you reconnect with yourself? Life is constantly presenting you with choices. Every choice can either build you up or pull you down. And one of the strongest forms of energy we have to learn how to govern is our sexual energy, right? Because your sexual energy is basically the marker that's going to move you up or move you down, depending on what you do with it. Let's get it. Life has levels, right? Think about life like a game, right? There are levels of discipline, focus, wisdom, purpose, self-control, peace, confidence, spiritual awareness, healing, abundance, and joy. But there are also levels that pull you downward. right? Lust, pornography, sexual compulsion, addiction, instant gratification, distraction, laziness, negative thinking, lack of discipline. The question isn't simply how much energy do I have? The question is, where am I sending my energy? Every choice moves you somewhere, right? Very important to understand. Very important to understand, right? And those of you guys that are tuned in to me, you already understand and know that the Most High, Yahweh B'Hashem Yahweh Shai, He's the one that's making the choices. You just hoping that you in His best graces. Okay? Let's get it. Your sexual energy needs direction. Sexual energy is powerful, but semen retention should be presented as a discipline and spiritual practice, not as a scientifically proven law that literally controls your life level. Which, I mean, Chad is speaking from a philosophical point of view. But scientifically, that's exactly what it is. Right? That's exactly what it does. Right? It does control your life. It does, because it does control the energetic game that you're a part of. Okay? And the problem is a lot of men don't want to believe it does. A lot of men right now in 2026 don't want to believe that their sexual energy control this life energetic game. Why? Because they're addicted to fucking, they're addicted to smoking weed, they're addicted to cigarettes, they're addicted to caffeine, you know, they're addicted to porn, they're addicted to all this shit. You understand me? So they don't want to admit it. Right? Okay? They want to say, you know, man, I just not putting enough time in. You know, shit like that, bro. Not knowing, man, your sexual energy is the cause behind all this shit. Right? Let's get it. The principle is, if you're constantly chasing sexual stimulation, you could train your attention toward instant gratification. That's exactly what you're doing. You steady chasing, porn, right? You steady chasing this little bitch you trying to fuck on. You letting dopamines go off in your brain. The same dopamine receptors that go off in the brain when you doing those things is the same dopamine receptors that go off when a person is hitting a line of coke or a person hitting a crack pipe. Same dopamine. Okay? This has been scientifically proven. The same part of the brain light up when a person watching porn is the same part of the brain that lights up when a person is hitting a line of coke. But when you practice restraining, you create an opportunity to redirect that attention toward purpose, discipline, prayer, creation, exercise, work, learning, relationships, and spiritual growth. That's where semen retention becomes meaningful in your lesson. It's not simply, I'm holding my seed. It's, I'm learning not to let my desires control me. That's exactly what you're doing. Let's get Proverbs. Self-control is power. Proverbs 16:32. He that is slow to anger is better than the mighty, and he that ruleth his spirit than he that taketh a city. Right. Right. Man, I'm going to be real with you. You on them lower frequencies. You on that low vibration. You going to be angry. You going to be frustrated. You going to be pissed off. You going to be mad. Especially if you know what the fuck going on. Right? When them ass whippers go to catching up with you, when you in the lower vibration, right, the lower realms, and you knowing what the fuck, you knowing why this shit popping off, yeah, you gonna be upset. You knowing cause you done relapse and let your sexual energy go, you gonna be pissed off. You gonna just, man, I just need the days to go in. Anybody that's doing semen retention gonna let you know, bro. After you relapse, bro, them first couple of days, bro, you paranoid. You wanna stay inside. You want to stay inside. You really don't want to go nowhere. You really want to get through about 3 weeks of not doing nothing for nobody, not going anywhere. You just want to be inside. Bitches don't understand it. They don't give a fuck about that. Let's say that. It's not that they don't understand, because there's a lot of bitches out here that know this. They don't give a fuck. Because they playing the game from a different angle than what you're playing it. Right? Let that sink in. The Bible compares ruling your spirit with conquering a city, because conquering something outside of yourself is one thing. Conquering yourself is another level. You can have money, you can have women, you can have status, you can have strength, but if your desires control you, you don't control yourself. That's what Pretty Tony knew in that movie, The Mac. Right? That's what Pretty Tony knew. Okay? Pretty Tony knew if I got control over myself, this nigga that's trying to knock my bitch don't mean nothing to me. Matter of fact, I'm gonna invite the nigga over and let the nigga fuck on the bitch. That's all he wanna do anyway. Right? Pimps understand this, man. You feel me? Pimps understand this, bro. 200,000 in 1971, 72, bro. That's you looking at about $1 million in 2026. All right, it's equivalent to a nigga holding $1 million in 2026. And Pretty Tony let y'all know how he got it. He told you I ain't never touched a bitch and I got 200 bands out of her. Right? Energy is real. She was gonna come and give all the money, all the resources, everything that she had accumulated from all these other niggas. She was gonna come give it to the man that was deserving of the energy. Pretty Tony. He matched the vibrational frequency, right? Of all the money that she done accumulated, all the cars and jewelry she done accumulated. Pretty Tony matched the vibration of those things. Okay, a lot of you guys want money out here. You want the frequency of $1 million, right? You want jewelry, you want these things, but you're not vibrationally paired up with those things, right? It's like Bluetooth, right? Just like Bluetooth, you have to be on the same frequency wavelength for Bluetooth to connect. A lot of you niggas you can't connect, right? You can't pair. Right? You too far away from the frequency. You take your Bluetooth device far away from your phone, you won't be able to connect. Right? It's there. It's there for you to connect, but you too far away. The real game is self-mastery, right? 1 Corinthians 9:27 KJV. But I keep under my body and bring it into subjection. Paul is talking about discipline, right? That's the mentality. My body doesn't command me. My desires don't command me. My impulses don't command me. I command myself. That's the level up mentality. Paul was on one. Right? Let's continue. Guard the seed. Genesis 39 give us the story of Joseph. Right? There go Joseph. Anytime you talk about semen retention, you got to talk about Joseph. I don't give a fuck who you are. If a nigga don't talk about Joseph when they talking about semen retention, you need to watch that nigga. If a nigga don't talk about King David when they talking about semen retention, you need to watch that nigga. If a nigga don't talk about Samson when they talking about semen retention, you need to watch that nigga. Okay? But Joseph's name always is going to be referenced and always going to come up when semen retention is a topic. Okay? Genesis 39 gives us the story of Joseph. Joseph was tempted sexually by Potiphar's wife, right? And if you watch that movie that's on Tubi, right? Joseph, right? Potiphar's wife was bad as a motherfucker. A lot of you niggas would have folded. But Joseph ran from that temptation. Right here he ran. Genesis 39:12 KJV, right? And he left his garment in her hand and fled and got him out, right? Joseph didn't stand there trying to prove how strong he was. He got out. That's a major lesson for semen retention. Discipline isn't always standing in front of temptation and saying, I can handle it. Sometimes discipline is saying, I know what this would do to me, so I'm leaving. I'm out this bitch. Right? And I ain't telling none of you niggas not to be chilling with none of these hoes, right, on semen retention. Not to be talking to none of these hoes on semen retention, but what I will say is you better know when it's time to get down. You better know when it's time to get down. Because if not, she gonna get you. She gonna get you. And the average bitch out here gonna be just like, you know, she cunning. She gonna, you gonna bust, and guess what? You gonna try to tell her, man, this shit happening because, you know, man, I slept with you, and that bitch gonna straight up look at you and face up. Well, nigga, I ain't tell you to fuck me. That's your dick. I ain't tell you to nut. I ain't. What? You know? And by right, she's correct. You were beguiled. You were manipulated. Got to be on your game. Let's continue. Every choice costs energy. That's why you got to be on your game. Think about your attention like currency, right? Every hour spent on pornography is attention. Right? See, a lot of you niggas don't understand about porn, right? You don't have to jack off to lose energy when you on semen retention and you watching porn. It's just like you released. I'm just being real with you. When you watching porn and you on semen retention, it's equivalent to you releasing. Why? Why do I say that? Because you inviting the same demons into your motherfucking life. There are demons that are around. Every time you turn that porn video on, there are demons. You open up the door, demons come stand right next to you. Oh, yeah, we here. You inviting them in. I'm just being real with you. I'm being real with you. Yeah. Don't nut while you watching that porn video. There's a demon that's taking the energy of your nut. Man, ain't nobody in the room with me. Shit, that's what you think. That's what you think. Okay. Yeah, I'm talking that shit today. Every hour chasing lust is attention. Yeah, you think that's why little mama walking inside the motherfucking store with her ass cheeks out, titties showing, right? She ain't got no bra on, titties, nipples on hard through her shirt. Why you think she doing that? She know what she doing. Every time you look, she gaining attention. She gaining energy. She can go manifest off that. Right? Every argument is attention. This is for the motherfuckers that you're irritating their demons when you won't semen retention. So they want to argue with you. Piss you off, get you mad, get you upset. Why? Drain some of your motherfucking energy. Right? Every addiction is attention. Right? You better be tuned in. It's for the people that smoking weed, cigarettes, on coffee. Right? Popping pills, on syrup. Right? Fentanyl, coke, crack. Right? Food. Okay? Every distraction is attention. Yeah. Little mama will distract you. But you paying it forward every time you look. Okay? And we men, I understand. We in America. You know, you could have bypassed this for so long. I get it. I understand. I get it. But you gotta try. All right? You gotta look at your attention as currency. But prayer is attention, right? Study is attention. Exercise is attention. Work is attention. Creation is attention. Purpose is attention. Your attention is one of your most valuable forms of energy. It is. That's where it all starts from. Before you fuck little mama, you gave her attention first. All right? That's why the Messiah say, if you think about fucking little mama in your mind, you already done committed adultery with her. Why? Because you gave her some attention. All right? So ask yourself, what am I investing my energy into? Because eventually what you repeatedly invest in becomes what you become. Correct? Let's get the next one. Your inner child is part of the game too. Yeah, your inner child is a part of the game. And this connects directly to yesterday's Portal of Joy, right? My inner child lesson that I did yesterday, right? Let's get it. Remember what happened at Six Flags, right? What happened? You reconnected with your inner child. You laughed, you played, you experienced excitement. You weren't seeking sexual stimulation to feel alive. You weren't trying to escape reality. You were simply living. Yes, I was. That's important because one reason people can become trapped in compulsive stimulation is that they forget how to experience natural joy. Why? Because we get so, cluttered with the bullshit in life. The drugs, the arguments, the gossiping, right? The porn, right? The social media, right? The distractions. Okay, that we lose the sense of natural joy. Your inner child knows how to find wonder. Your disciplined adult knows how to protect that wonder, right? That's the balance. That's the balance. Okay. Let's get the next point, right? The body is sacred. 1 Corinthians 6:19 through 20. What? Know ye not that your body is the temple of the Holy Ghost which is in you, and therefore glorify God in your body and in your spirit, which are God's, right? This body don't belong to us. This spirit that we have that's maneuvering, right, the body, that's manipulating the body to move and do what it does, it don't belong to us. It belongs to the Most High God. But those who don't, that's not in that mind frame, that believe that their body is their body, that believe that their soul is their soul, right? Guess what? They doing all type of dumbass shit. You understand me? The Most High, you got the law there and telling you, okay, look, since that's my body, I don't want you marking your body or putting no piercings in your body. Okay, I don't want you feeding your body certain things. Because that's not your body, that's my body. But if you don't know this information, it's one thing. But if you know this information and you still go and do it, then what the fuck are you doing? What the fuck are you doing? I will tell you what you're doing. You're being rebellious, and that's witchcraft. You are participating in sorcery. Okay? If you believe your body belongs to the Most High, then how you treat your body matters. Your sexuality matters. Your thoughts matter. Your habits matter. Your attention matters. Your choices matter. You are stewarding something, right? The mark is the law. 635 law. 36 laws. I apologize. Right? That's the marker. Okay? Sirach, discipline your desires, right? Sirach 18:30. Go not after thy lust, but refrain thyself from thine appetites. That is the game right there. The goal isn't to pretend you don't have desires. The goal is learning I can have a desire without obeying it, right? That's self-control, that's discipline, that's mastery. Correct. Level up or level down. Imagine 2 staircases, right? You got the first one, the first staircase. That's the level up staircase. You got discipline that leads to self-control, that leads to focus, leads to wisdom, leads to purpose, leads to peace, leads to joy, which leads to spiritual awareness. And then on the other side, you got the other staircase, which is the level down. You got porn. That's going to lead you straight to lust. That's going to lead you straight to instant gratification, lead you straight to distraction, lead you straight to compulsion, leads you straight to energy drain, leads you straight to loss of focus, and leads you straight to repetition. The point isn't that one sexual decision magically determines your destiny, which it can't. It can't. The point is that repeated choices create patterns, and patterns can shape the direction of your life. Correct. Let's get the formula, right? Because that last point was the overall picture, right? Let's get the formula, right? Your sexual energy leads to your thoughts, leads to your discipline, leads to your spiritual direction, leads to your daily choices, leads to your destiny. Your sexual energy doesn't have to control your destiny. You can learn to direct it. Correct. Correct. Right? Let's get the final message. Life is an energy game. Not because everything is literally some supernatural video game, which it really is when you look at it. It really is. But because your attention, time, desires, habits, and choices are constantly moving you in a direction. You can spend your energy chasing temporary pleasure, or you can redirect it towards something bigger. You can feed lust or feed purpose. You can feed addiction or feed discipline. You can feed distraction or feed your vision. You can constantly seek stimulation or learn how to experience joy without needing to escape yourself. And that's why semen retention has become important in your spiritual discipline. Right? Not because retention makes you superhuman, which it does eventually. You get on that God-like frequency. You surpass human capabilities when you on semen retention. You do. Right? But because discipline teaches you that you don't have to obey every desire that enters your mind. Right? You are playing the game every day. Every choice is a move. Every habit is a direction. Every desire is an opportunity to practice mastery. So the question isn't what level am I on? The question is, what am I doing today to level up? Guard your energy, guard your mind, guard your seed, protect your light, master yourself, level up, right? Level the fuck up, right? Man, when you in the lower realms, bro, and you know there's not one semen retention, you know, or semen retainer that create content that's on a Reddit forum that's gonna, we all gonna say the same shit, bro. When we release, bro, we all say the same shit, man. We shouldn't have did it. I don't know why I did that shit. That's what we all say. It's not one of us that don't say it. We all say it. We all talk about the bullshit that we gotta go through when we in the lower realms. We all be trying to fight to get back up to the higher realms. Right? But you know, man, it get real, you know. It get real, bro. But you gotta guard your energy, man. You know, the game don't change, only the players in it do. Right? And the game, right? This game of life, right? It's an energy game. Right? And either you gonna get with it or get lost. And right now we dealing with a population of men who are fucking lost. Very few of us are actually applying this. Very few of us are actually understanding this. Okay? And those of you who are, right, I salute you guys, man. This isn't an easy practice, right? But it's a practice that's worth indulging in, worth engaging in. It's a practice that's worth doing, right? Because at the end of the day, I don't give a fuck how great of a person that you say that you are. If you ain't got no energy, you ain't shit. And at the end of the day, you know, and on that note, I hope y'all learned something. You feel me? And until I see you guys again in the portal, I ask that Yahweh Bahashim, Yahweh Shah, keep you guys covered out there. Hopefully this video goes through. And until next time, I'm out.